Something quietly remarkable is happening in salons all across the world right now. Women over 65 are walking in with a picture in hand, sitting down in the chair, and asking for something they have never tried before. Something shorter. Something lighter. Something that makes them look in the mirror and feel genuinely, unexpectedly beautiful. That something has a name. And it's the Bixie cut that if you haven't heard of it yet, don't worry. By the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly why this one haircut is becoming the most talked about style of 2026, and why so many women over 65 are absolutely obsessed with it. The Bixie is not a gimmick. It is not a passing trend that disappears next season. It is a thoughtful, elegant, deeply flattering haircut that has been quietly building momentum for years, and has finally arrived at the exact right moment for women who want to look fresher, lighter, and younger. Without doing anything drastic, we are going to look at 5 reasons why this cut is changing the way women over 65 feel about their hair. And I promise you, by the time we reach the last reason, you may already be reaching for your phone to call your stylist. Stay with me all the way through, because the most exciting part of this story is still coming. Let's begin. What exactly is the Bixie, and why is 2026 its moment? Before we talk about why women over 65 are falling in love with the Bixie cut, it helps to understand exactly what it is, because once you see it clearly, everything else makes perfect sense. The Bixie is a hybrid haircut. Its name is a blend of 2 words you already know, bob and pixie. And just like the name suggests, the Bixie sits beautifully in the middle ground between those 2 classic styles. It is shorter than a traditional bob, but longer than a classic pixie. It typically falls just above or at the chin, with short textured layers throughout the crown and sides, and slightly longer pieces that frame the face softly. The result is a cut that has real movement, real dimension, and a genuinely lived-in quality that looks effortlessly modern without trying too hard. Celebrity stylist Marcos Diaz describes it beautifully. The Bixie blends the ease of a pixie with the softness of a bob. It lifts the face, highlights the cheekbones, and creates natural volume at the crown. When done well, it feels feminine and effortless, never severe, never dated. So why is 2026 its moment? Several things have aligned at once. Women are moving away from heavy, stiff hairstyles toward cuts that feel light and natural. The nostalgia for the 1990s, when icons like Winona Ryder made short layered cuts iconic, is influencing beauty culture deeply right now. And most importantly, women over 65 are choosing styles that work with their hair rather than fighting against it. The Bixie does all of that. It belongs to right now. And it belongs to you. It does something remarkable for the mature face. Here is where things get genuinely exciting, because the Bixie cut doesn't just look beautiful in general. It does something very specific and very powerful for the face of a woman over 65. And once you understand what that is, it completely changes how you think about short hair. As we move through life, the face changes naturally. The jawline softens slightly. The cheeks may lose a little of their former fullness. Some of the definition that was once effortless needs a little more help to appear. And here is the thing that most women don't realize. The wrong haircut makes all of those natural changes far more visible, while the right haircut makes them essentially disappear. The Bixie cut is the right haircut. Here is why. When the hair is cut shorter at the back, lifted at the nape, and layered with slightly longer pieces sweeping forward around the face, the eye is guided naturally upward, toward the eyes, the cheekbones, the smile. There is a visual lift that happens almost immediately. It opens the neck. It showcases beautiful earrings and glasses. It takes years off the face without a single product or procedure. Stylists consistently describe this effect. The soft layering around the crown and hairline keeps the look feminine and timeless, adding lift and movement without any heaviness. One woman named Teresa, age 72, switched to a Bixie recently. People immediately began asking whether she had lost weight. She hadn't. The lift and volume around her face did every bit of the work. That is the quiet magic of this cut, and it is available to every woman willing to try it. It solves the thinning hair problem most women are too afraid to discuss. There is something that millions of women over 65 quietly deal with every single day, and almost nobody talks about it openly. Thinning hair. Hair that was once full and abundant now feels finer, flatter, and harder to style. It is one of the most common natural changes that comes with age, and it can quietly erode confidence in a way that very few things do. The Bixie cut addresses this problem directly, honestly, and beautifully. Here is what happens when hair thins. Longer hair tends to lie flat and heavy, emphasizing its own fineness rather than hiding it. Volume disappears. Movement disappears. What is left can feel like a constant reminder of something lost. But short hair, and specifically the layered, textured structure of a Bixie, does the complete opposite. The layers in a Bixie are built throughout the entire cut, not just at the ends. This means volume is created from the roots outward. The hair appears fuller, more dimensional, and more alive. Even if the individual strands are fine. The textured finish of the cut means that even on low-effort days, the hair looks intentional and styled rather than flat and limp. For women with a natural wave or gentle bend in their hair, the Bixie is especially transformative. Those natural waves are enhanced and celebrated by the layered structure, creating movement that looks completely effortless. Even for straight, fine hair, soft internal layering creates the illusion of thickness that longer styles simply cannot achieve. The Bixie doesn't ask you to pretend the thinning isn't happening. It simply makes it completely invisible. And that is a genuinely beautiful gift. It is honestly the easiest hair you will ever have. One of the most underrated qualities of the Bixie cut, and one of the reasons women over 65 keep coming back to it, is something refreshingly practical. It is genuinely wonderfully easy to live with every single day. Think about the time and energy that goes into longer, more complex hairstyles. The blow drying. The styling products. The effort to make everything sit the right way. The frustration on humid mornings or busy days when the hair simply will not cooperate. As the years pass, many women find that the elaborate routines they once enjoyed begin to feel like a burden rather than a pleasure. The Bixie removes that burden almost entirely. Because of its layered structure and shorter length, it is cut to work with how your hair naturally falls rather than against it. A small amount of lightweight styling cream applied to slightly damp hair, or a gentle texturizing spray on dry hair, is genuinely all that is needed. Air dry it and the layers fall naturally into place. Give it a quick finger blow dry with a small round brush for a slightly more polished look. Either way, you are done in minutes. And on the days when you have no time at all, when life is full and busy and beautiful, the Bixie still looks intentional. Still looks put together. Still looks like you made a choice this morning, even if that choice took 30 seconds. The Bixie also pairs beautifully with accessories. A simple headband, a soft scarf, a few delicate pins near the temple. All of these work effortlessly with this cut and add a touch of personality without any effort at all. Easy hair has never looked this elegant. What to tell your stylist so you get it exactly right? You are interested. Maybe you are more than interested. Maybe you are already quietly convinced. But there is one final, deeply important thing to talk about before you call your stylist. How to actually ask for a Bixie cut, so that you walk out with exactly what you imagined. Because here is the truth. The word Bixie means slightly different things to different stylists. Without clear guidance, you could end up with something too short, too choppy, or simply not quite the soft and flattering version that is so beautiful on mature women. The good news is that a little preparation makes all the difference. First, bring photos. Not just one. Bring 3 to 5 images of women with similar age, hair texture, and face shape to yours. Focus not just on the overall length, but on specific details. How the layers fall around the face, how the back is shaped near the neck, whether there is a fringe or soft face framing pieces. These details are what make a Bixie look polished rather than simply short. Second, use these exact words with your stylist. Ask for a soft Bixie with diffused edges and movement. Tell them you want light layering through the crown, slightly longer pieces framing the face, and a clean but lifted nape. If you are nervous about going too short too quickly, ask for a longer Bixie, one that sits between the bottom of the ear and the top of the shoulder. This gives you all the lift and airiness with a gentler transition. And if anyone asks why you look so wonderful after your appointment, just smile. You'll know exactly why. The Bixie cut is not just a haircut. It is a decision. A decision to stop hiding, stop settling, and start showing the world the most radiant version of yourself. The one that has been there all along, just waiting for the right frame. Everything we talked about today, the facelifting effect, the way it solves thinning hair, the beautiful ease of it, the confidence it quietly builds, all of it is available to you. Not someday. Now. In 2026, with this one beautiful cut. You don't have to be afraid of going shorter. The women who have made this change will tell you the same thing, almost every single time. They wish they had done it sooner. They walked out of the salon feeling lighter, younger, and more themselves than they had in years. If there is a picture that caught your eye today, save it. Show it to someone. Book that appointment. Because you deserve hair that makes you feel as wonderful as the life you have lived. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path.